Hi, welcome back to Replace Your Paycheck. I'm Robert Letton. On our last podcast, we talked about how much money or how to determine how much money you need to retire on. The answer to that is simply replace your paycheck. So now, this podcast, we're going to talk about how to calculate how much money you need to replace that paycheck. It's a simple formula, and the number is 25, the lucky numbers. You want to multiply your income by 25. That answer is how much money you need to replace your paycheck. And so, for example, let's say you make $100,000 a year. You multiply that times 25, that ends up to be $2.5 million. $2.5 million on a 4% withdrawal rate is $100,000. That's your paycheck. So the question is, why 4%? There was a study put out by three Trinity professors, Trinity University in Texas. And they did an exhaustive research on the best withdrawal rate of investment portfolios. And actually, they started at 3%, and 3%, 4%, 5% went up to, I believe, 12% on this chart. And they did various different portfolios, combination of stocks and bonds. One was all stock, 100% stock, then it was 75% stock, 25% bonds, then 50% stock, 50% bonds, etc. And then they put the withdrawal rates, 3%, 4%, up against these portfolios to determine how long they would last. So we looked at that. Obviously, 3%, I guess it's not obvious, but 3% was the most successful withdrawal rate for all of the portfolios. For us, that's just not enough money. Now, 4% works. I think it's a good amount of money. 5% works, and 6%. So how does that play into the number 25? Actually, the 25 is your multiple. So the calculation goes this way. If 100 equals your portfolio, then you want to divide that by your withdrawal rate. The withdrawal rate is going to determine how much money you're going to take out on a monthly basis, and it's also going to give you some indication on how long your portfolio is going to last. That's why the Trinity Report is so important. So if you're doing 4%, 4% into 100 is 25. If you're doing 5%, 5 into 100 is 20. So all you want to do is multiply the product of that division times your annual income. So 100,000 times 25 equals 2.5 million. We call that the 25-4 rule. So we do know that that amount of money is going to, according to the Trinity Report, should last not only your lifetime, but you'll leave a lot of money to be inherited, and then done properly, this could go on forever, generation to generation to generation. It's astounding, and I suggest to look at the Trinity Report. It's a great read. Once you determine how much money you need, the 2.5 million, that is a lot of money. So how do you lessen that? That's huge. One key to lessen the 2.5 million is Social Security. So if you want $100,000 a year in income, find out what your Social Security amount is. And you can go to ssa.gov and look up your Social Security. And let's say your Social Security is $50,000 a year. So $100,000 is how much money you want. Subtract $50,000 from that, that's your Social Security. Now you only have to replace $50,000. So 50,000 times 25 is $1,250,000. Now that's the amount of money that you're going to have to fund your three must-have accounts. So on our next podcast, we're going to go over those 3 must-have accounts, let you know what they are and how you can build the best tax-efficient retirement income stream possible. So thanks for watching. We appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next podcast.